Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you hear this message, I pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. A couple of days ago, I had a really fantastic conversation with a brother. And it was a casual conversation. We just hanging out, talking, and drinking beer, and, just being brothers, right? But at one point, he told me something that really resonated with my experience in life, as well as my experience as a priest and as an educator. And is that, he was telling me how he had been playing baseball his whole life, but everything that he really learned about baseball, he got when he was like very young. It started when he was like in kindergarten. So he told me how he had this coach who was his coach from maybe kindergarten to age 12, something like that, age 5 to 12, if I remember correctly. But what he told me was that this coach taught him the fundamentals. And once he learned the fundamentals with this coach, even though he played all the way up through high school, he played up into college, he said, nobody ever really taught me anything more about baseball. Right? And the bell started to ring in my ear. He said, yeah, the things that he gave me, all I had to do was master the fundamentals that he gave me. And then I just repeated them. I practiced them everywhere I went. And as I practiced what he taught me everywhere I went, I advanced and I progressed beyond what anybody else could have told me. And that is the secret of the fundamentals. You see, when you get the fundamentals and you get them very well, it doesn't look like much at the time. It's not glamorous. It's not shiny. It's not sparkly. It's not, sexy, as they say. But it's everything. With the fundamentals, you can build everything. Without the fundamentals, no matter what else you get, it will never add up to anything. Right? And interestingly enough, it reminded me of something that a cousin of mine had told me. Now, I have a cousin who, may she rest in peace, she was the head of the, AC Transit, which is the East Bay. This is Oakland's. It's a huge transportation system. Huge. And she was the head of it for many years. She was an attorney, a partner in a firm, all this kind of stuff. But she told me how, similar to this brother who's the baseball kid, when she was in the 8th grade, she had a school marm, her English teacher, who really made her write a proper essay. And in meeting the criteria to write this essay for this teacher, she said, I got a great grade on that paper, but I was able to then reuse that paper again multiple times all throughout high school, and then again multiple times out throughout college. So she took this one paper and she just rewrote it again and again and again, and was able to get excellent marks all the way through college. Right? It's the exact same story that the baseball kid told, and it's based on the fundamentals. Once you have the fundamentals, you just enhance the fundamentals with experience and practice in different contexts. But the fundamentals are quintessential to everything that you're going to do. The problem that we're facing right now within the tradition, within the Orisha tradition, is that there's so many people who do not have the fundamentals. They don't know what to look for, even to identify the fundamentals. And so they end up trying to build the house from the top down. They got an elaborate roof. They got a beautiful, paint job. They got these incredible shutters, but there's no foundation for their spiritual house. And so no matter how much you pile on and pile on and pile on, it never rises. And this is how you see people who go, they get fully initiated to this, they get fully initiated to that, but they don't rise. Their lives don't rise. Right? And I don't mean that they don't get rich. I mean that their lives don't rise. They don't learn to see themselves. They don't learn to elevate themselves. They don't learn to use their natural gifts and talents to serve the people who they're destined to serve. They don't have that deep-seated sense of fulfillment and gratification that comes from being exactly who you're destined to be and showing up in the places and doing the things that really are gratifying to your soul. That's what I mean. And so when you look out over the expanse of our community, you can see it in the people's demeanor. You can see it in their body language. You can hear it in their tone of voice. You can see the work that they're doing in their lives and in the lives of other people. And you can know beyond the shadow of a doubt, these people's lives are not being transformed. But it's not a problem of the tradition. It's a problem of how people are being brought into the tradition. It's how people are practicing or not actually practicing the tradition. And so what we get is after the fact, we get a lot of folks, it's easy to then start to criticize and throw stones and demean, just say that that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. But nobody is saying why it's wrong. No one is able to identify the missing elements and then tell folks, this is what you need to do in order to rectify the situation and build your spiritual house from the inside out and from the bottom up. These are the real crucial problems that we're facing. And these are going to continue to persist until we get super clear about the fundamentals. What is truly fundamental to this practice? It has nothing to do with things. What is truly fundamental to this practice? It has nothing to do with titles. What is truly fundamental to this tradition? It has nothing to do with, the parties that you go to and the ceremonies that you attend. Those are not fundamental. What's fundamental to this is, number one, your identity. Do you know who you are? Have you fully embraced who you are? If you don't know who you are, and if the tradition isn't introducing you to who you are, if your teacher isn't methodically and explicitly and deliberately guiding you into the process of self-discovery, there is no foundation to your practice. The basis of all of this is your true identity. Who are you? Why are you here? What is your purpose for being in this place? What is your mission? And what is it that you must encounter, undergo, and experience in order to then maximize and optimize those fundamentals that make up your core identity? That's the key. Okay? That's the key. And if you're really listening to what I'm saying, you're going to know beyond the shadow of a doubt that everybody can't walk you through that process. That's not something that people are just going to be able to make YouTube videos and enable you to experience. That's not something that people are going to just take you through a 3-day ceremony and ensure that you experience. That is something that requires real expertise. It requires real skill. Okay? And so when you want to really know what it's about and you truly want to get the fundamentals about, who you are and where you're coming from and how to build yourself up, then you come to the School of Orisha Studies. You enroll. You apply yourself. You undergo all of the steps and the phases of our program that has been designed and organized with expert precision to help you experience true self-discovery, to help you master your natural gifts and talents, to help you face the people who you're destined to serve and show up and help them to experience the good condition. So if you're one of those people who is really ready to start to take on that task, if you're not afraid of the real challenge, which is self-discovery, then I consider you a real leader, a true leader, a natural leader. Because you can only lead people where you're willing to go yourself. If you're one of those people, then I want you to visit me at obafemio.com or orishalifestyle.com. Get enrolled. Let's start helping you live the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you're destined to serve. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Odabo.